Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Khan and I usually talk about citizenship by investment programs, residency by investment programs and second home visas. I already published many videos I shared about South American countries like Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Panama. Now we are talking about the Central American countries, and today I got a gem of a country basically located in Central America, and it is guys Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a very well located country in South America, just next to Costa Rica and also bordering El Salvador and Honduras. So this country is basically the largest country by land area in all of Central America basically. Technically speaking, it comes in the North American region, right? Because there are just two regions, South America and North America. Central America is just called it because of it is located in the center of South and North. Nicaragua is a very well located country with a nice weather, and the population is just 7 million people, but the country is vast. If you look at the map of Nicaragua, and it is the closest, actually the biggest country, and also the closest to Canada and USA, because they have the same time zone, same time zone like the US, right? Talking about the residency option in Nicaragua, you will be surprised that Nicaragua has a permanent residency program, and that one is the cheapest and basically the easiest one in all of South America, North America, Europe, in all of these countries. The official language of Nicaragua is Spanish, and English is also spoken by many people because there is a expat community. Now, talking about the cost of living in Nicaragua compared to USA and Canada, it's quite cheap, guys, quite cheap, and the real estate is very affordable there. And I will talk about taxes later, but first let's talk about these two residency options. Very famous, not famous to be frankly speaking, not very famous, because usually you will see very limited content and very limited exposure to this country, Nicaragua, basically. But I was surprised why people are not talking about this. Is, I think, the easiest and the cheapest permanent residency option, and also citizenship option. It gives you access to citizenship after just 2 years. That is the best thing about Nicaragua. Normally we are talking about Argentinian citizenship after 2 years, but when I look at Nicaragua, it looks much better and much easier than Argentina, because Argentina is itself very good option, but Argentina is very far, you know, it's like almost 8 to 10 hours flight from the USA, but Nicaragua is just next door. Talking about the permanent residency, you need to invest 30,000 US dollars in the economy of Nicaragua, and this 30,000 can be like in a business, forestry project, or it can also be in real estate. So the real estate sounds very flexible and very easy to many people, including myself, but guys, this is not like that. This is not a simple real estate, like you just go and buy real estate for $30,000 and you go to apply to the immigration and you will get your residency. It doesn't work like that, right? It has to be a substantial business investment, basically, even if it is in real estate. I will explain to you how, but this is an option. So first of all, how this will work for the 30,000 option, for the investment option, basically, you have to invest this through a company. So that means you have to establish a corporation, a company, and once you establish your company, then you will send this money to your company account. You will open a company account and then you will send this amount to your company account, and of course that company will be on your name, like you will be director or someone on the top, right? So then what happens, you invest that money through your company either in real estate or forestry projects approved by the government. The forestry projects are very easy to get approved because government wants investment in the rural areas and the forestry areas. So that is quite a good deal for the 30,000 investment. If we talk about business, you have to really establish a business there, like whatever you want to establish a business, like a restaurant or hotel or export import or what type of business you are, like capable of doing in Nicaragua. The capital name is Managua, which is again quite a good place. And then I'm talking about the business, right? So in the business, you have to substantially invest that amount. Like it should look an investment, not just on the papers, right? Because these guys from the Department of Investment will actually go there and investigate, inspect the facilities in the investment, and then give you the approval. And that is the approval you're gonna take to the immigration office to apply for the permanent residency, which is valid for 5 years, but you have to renew every 6 months, right? So this is for the business. Now for the tricky part, the real estate. So what type of real estate you can buy and how you should buy to be still eligible for the residency in Nicaragua. You have to buy a real estate through your company, first step. Second thing, it should look like a business, like you're buying that property for a business, not for your personal use or residential use. For example, if you just buy that property and you want to live there, or you want to rent it out, or you just give it on Airbnb, that will not work. But if you buy that property to establish a business, like for example a shop or a cafe or something, which is related to business, or even if you buy that to make a guest house, basically a guest house or a hostel for accommodation, like you give accommodation to people, to tourists and other people, that is also a business. So because for any business you have to take some licenses and some permits from the local government, then you will be paying taxes, right? And you will employ someone from the local population. Like for example, you will need a cleaner, maybe you will need someone at the receptionist. So it is a business and they want to see something like that. So it should, like what they want to see, actually your business or real estate should help the economy running and help create jobs. That is the main thing. So you should keep in mind while doing this investment, and then you will get approval, because Nicaragua, the government is very friendly and supportive, welcoming investors and welcoming foreign people. Because you know what, this country in most of the Central American countries like Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala and El Salvador, many of these countries, like people are going to USA and Canada and Europe, they're welcoming other people. But make sure you do all the things correctly for the business investment or for real estate, then you are eligible. Because if you do some mistake, it will cost you a lot. You have to correct that, right? So this is for the permanent residency. Once you do that, you will get a certificate from the from the Ministry of Investment, and then you go to immigration with that certificate or approval, and then you will provide them a lot of documents, because these countries ask you a lot of documents like the criminal record certificate. Nicaragua also asks you health check, like you should be healthy as well, and the birth certificate they also ask you, because this is a permanent residency. Your passport and almost like all the documents, there is a list of documents you have to provide, and then it takes 3 to 4 months for the approval, but you will get a 5 years permanent residency. And then you need to the actual card, the residency program is for 5 years, but the actual card is for 6 months. So every 6 months you have to renew it. So this is not like a plan B actually, because in plan B situations, you just get the residency and then you go out of the country, and once a year or twice a year you come back to renew or just spend some time. But this Nicaragua permanent residency should be a plan A instead of plan B, because every 6 months you have to renew it. Otherwise it can get cancelled. There are no reports right now like someone has been cancelled, but it can happen. So you have to be careful with that. This is the permanent residency option. Now the good thing and the interesting thing about this permanent residency is it gives you access to apply for citizenship, Nicaraguan citizenship, after 2 years. In normal situation, you have to apply for Nicaragua citizenship after 5 years of living there, right? But this particular residency, the permanent residency, will make you eligible after just 2 years. So I think this is the golden thing. If somebody is looking for citizenship in Nicaragua, they can avail this option. And this is, I think, a golden visa, right? This is like a golden visa, because it leads to citizenship. So after living for 2 years there, they can apply for citizenship, and they will get it, because Nicaragua is very friendly, as I said. You should just know Spanish language, like the interview and the application will be in Spanish for citizenship. So you should learn the Spanish language, learn some history about the Nicaragua, the culture and the history of that country, right? So this will make it easier for you to obtain the citizenship of Nicaragua. And the passport is quite strong. It's a very good document to have in your hands because it gives you access to almost 130 countries around the world, including the Schengen area. So it's quite a big deal basically, right? After permanent residency, there is another residency called pension visa or retirement visa. This is also the easiest one basically, but for this you have to be 45 years of age. 45 years of age. Younger people cannot apply for it. It's not like a passive visa in other countries, but a retirement option or a pensioner visa. This is also valid for 5 years, but again you have to renew after 6 months. So for this you just need to show $1,000 income, a retirement income or a passive income. Passive income will also work, same like the 7 visa of Portugal. So if you have some passive income, it will work for you. But 45 years, you should be 45 years. Then if you have passive income, retirement income, dividends, real estate income, whatever you have, you just show them for 1 year, like the bank statement where this income is coming, and then you show that and you will be eligible to apply for the 5 years retirement visa, and that will lead to citizenship, but after 5 years, not just 2 years as the case in the investment option. But for retirement you don't need any investment at all, but remember that you have to pay around $500 in fees to government for both retirement visa and also for the investor visa. So this should be kept in mind, like it will cost you around $500 for the actual residency application. If you have like dependents like your wife and your children, it will cost you more because every application has a cost attached to it, right? So this is it. Now talking about the taxes in Nicaragua. Nicaragua has a very good taxation system, like they only tax you on income you generate within the country. Like from outside, they will not tax your income, your worldwide income. Only if you earn money in Nicaragua, they will tax you that income. Not like the US, because the US, you see, they tax you on worldwide income. So that is a good thing. If you just want to live there and spend your money, you're an investor or you have a foreign income, I think it's a good deal because the weather is quite nice. It's like a tropical country and sunshine is a lot in comparison to US and Canada. So it's quite a good deal in my opinion, because I have only heard good things about Nicaragua, and that is why I'm talking about Nicaragua, because it's 50% cheaper than the USA and the real estate is very affordable if you are living there on a rent or if you are going to buy it. So that's it. If you have any questions, please put down that in the comment, and thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel for upcoming videos.